Howdy y'all, we're Team Sunfish and we're presenting y'all our game, Food Fest. So, to introduce our members, I am Charles Garcia. I'm going to be a game designer / artist.
I'm the producer. I'm Juan Garcia.
I'm Henry, gonna be the member.
Hello, Diego Galvez. I'm a programmer.
And Amir could not be here today, but he's also the lead artist for it. And so, to go over our overview as a game, it's going to be a 2D top-down bullet hell-ish roguelike game where the concept is a fast-paced, action-packed game where your player is going to be battling endless waves of different enemies. And within those waves, you have to survive them and collect different ingredients to level up and purchase different upgrades in the shop to battle even increasingly more challenging difficulties. And some of the games that we took inspiration from were particularly Vampire Survivors and Brotato.
The story starts, a secret lab in the US is experimenting with fusing animals and food to create the ultimate source of food. This experiment backfires and the creatures turn hostile and overrun the scientists in the facility. The creatures start spreading across the city and they sometimes capture normal non-morphed animals and bring it back to the machine to keep fueling the machine. Meanwhile, in the city level, a veteran chef is sitting in his restaurant. It's a quiet day, nobody's really around, but he sees people running by outside and a food animal burst inside. He takes it out with his butcher's knife and he steps into the chaos of the food animal breakout. After he steels himself for the waves he sees ahead, he decides to eliminate all these food animal hybrids and he presses forward. The first level will be the city level. After defending his restaurant, he's going to step out of his restaurant and go into the town square and the town park, a relatively open area filled with street food animals. After beating the final boss, a new chef will unlock after each and every single stage. At the beginning where the restaurant starts, it's going to serve as a sort of tutorial to the player where they will fight the lonely enemy that wandered into his restaurant, and then after that he will step out and the player will be left on his own. The second level, the farmlands, will follow the player following some unmorphed animals that are being taken by the morphed animals until he gets stopped and surrounded while traveling in the farmlands. The farmlands will be a little bit larger than the city. This will kind of leave the player lost, which is intentional. So they won't get too claustrophobic, but they might get lost. The third level, the secret lab, after following the animals, after clearing out the farmlands, will find the secret lab that the machine is running in. He will have to defeat the animals and that are safeguarding and being produced by the machine. And he will have to defeat the final boss, which is an amalgamation of all the different food hybrids that they previously encountered. After defeating the final boss, they will finally destroy the machine and stop the outbreak. This is what our chef main character that you start out with will look like. They will, each chef will have a different personality, weapon, and selection of abilities to pick from. We will also probably redesign this little sprite to have a butcher knife instead.
So the enemies here, the theme is, like we said, is a hybrid of monsters and food, and by a combination of DNA. And the theme is meant to be casual and fun. It's literally just a food fight, like a massive food fight. And when you defeat these enemies, they'll drop ingredients depending on the random generation. So you're not guaranteed items all the time, and then there's also rare items that just depend on chance. Of course, throughout the rounds, the enemy's attack, health, and other variables will increase by dropping the handicap in the algorithm, so that you always constantly get like some action and increase in difficulty. And then of course, there's special enemies like bosses and mini bosses, and they'll spawn in certain waves. The bosses will be like evolutions of the food items, so you can think of it like Pokemon. Yeah. And then here's our inspiration. It's very simple: bread, pizza, and turtle. You make a pizza turtle, and that's kind of what the enemies would look like of just random food enemies.
Oh, and we have 4 main game mechanic. It's gonna be a leveling system and auto aiming and attacking. We also have subsystem and state management in order to power up like our chef in order to defeat like larger and then more like difficult enemies. Our art style and theme is mainly like retro pixel art with the games like a fun look, and that fits our like arcade-like theme. And we want to make it feel like really goofy, and the pixel art can also improve the game performance. For the theme, you also play as chef and battle with like wave of enemy. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.